Sometimes you love a place so much you want to bring it with you everywhere you go. 3 years ago, my husband Alfie and I, that's us right there, moved away from our old block in Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn. We missed it. We missed the fire hydrant. We missed the storefronts. We even missed the dumpster and the stink of the garbage bags baking in the summer heat. We missed the grass that grew between the cracks in the sidewalk. But most of all, we missed our landlord, Matty Square Ruggiero, and the stories that he would tell us about how the neighborhood used to be. This is one of those stories, told by Matty Square and his best friends, the Union Street Boys.
Long time no see. Where you been?
Well, they call us the leftovers. We're actually the originals.
I gotta tell you a quick story. Imagine a whole block where 75 to 80% of the kids spoke Italian. We all lived there.
A lot of families were first generation Italians in America. Everybody was poor.
It was an open concept where in the evening, the mothers and the grandmothers would take their chairs, sit outside, or we're playing in the street.
People were out the window watching their kids from the fourth floor. It was tight-knit, and whenever a stranger walked on the block, like the whole block knew that there was a stranger on the block. That's how tight-knit it was.
We've been together since we were infants.
Like brothers.
Paisanos. We basically looked the same, but in different shapes.
They gave me the nickname Muggs.
Anthony.
Anthony has a nickname.
I called him
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. Oh, my God.
Oh, how you doing, Matty? Mateo. My nickname was Matty Square.
How'd you get the nickname?
Oh, my haircuts were squarebacks.
Well, they called me Sally, I guess.
Bones, Sally Bones. Sally Bones Aliotto.
I was very, very skinny, not like my brother Bubba. I got the skinny jeans. Bubba got the
The fat gene.
the fat gene. I don't want to say it, all right?
Short, chubby, barrel type.
I was born Mateo, Rocco, John, Aliotto, and aside from 12 Mateos in my family, so my nickname's Bubba.
I go on Union Street now, and it seems so much smaller to me than when I was a kid. But it was so big.
It was like a stadium, you know, where all the games were being played.
I'm loving your analogy.
Thank you.
312 Union was the Mecca.
The hydrant was there.
In front of 312.
Everything was there.
Everything was there. It was in the middle of the block. We would play in the street. We would stop the traffic. We used to play all different kinds. We used to play stoop ball,
Crack top,
red light, green light, 1, 2, 3.
Ringo Livio,
Buck,
Old Mother Witch,
slap ball,
Skelzies,
box ball,
Stick ball.
The stickball games we used to play were in the street from sewer to sewer. One sewer was home plate, the other sewer was second base, and then we have a bag, first and third.
We would get our stick from our mother's brooms.
That's right, that's right.
You hear screaming out the window, "Where's my stick? Where's my broom?"
We used to go around to the garbage bales in order to find enough 5-cent deposit return bottles of Coke or Pepsi to go to the store in order to get 25 cents to buy a ball in order to play with. Pensy Pinky was one ball.
Spalding
was another, and a pimple ball.
and we called it Spalding, but it's not
Yeah,
Spalding.
so Spalding, you could see the seam
The company
in the
is
middle.
Spalding.
And the Pensy Pinky.
I know.
Like the
there was
basketball.
Well, we Brooklynized it.
The Spalding was better because you could get more sting out of it.
Most of our games came with pain.
The only real violent game was maybe hot peas and butter.
Hot peas and butter. Now you got to picture this. There's got to be about 30 kids, right, playing this game. So one person who's going to hide the belt, the Garrison belt. Okay, I hit it. So everybody starts going to look for this belt.
You would actually yell out, hot peas and butter, like, come and get it.
That's what, yeah, hot peas and butter. That's how it is.
I know.
Hot peas and butter. Whoever's close to the belt would say, you're getting warm, Carmine, you're getting warmer. Hey, Anthony, you're warm. Sal, Bub.
You're on fire, you're burning, you're melting.
The person who might see the belt, but wants everybody to get close to the area where the belt is hidden. Now, the person who sees the belt grabs the belt and starts whipping everybody with this belt. And if you're close by, you're going to get welts. It was a great game. We played it almost every day. I was the craziest of the gang. You know what I mean? I learned that I had to be like that, I had to be tough to get respect.
He would open up the hydrant without a wrench. That took ingenuity.
It's the regular
Piece of wood and a hanger.
Piece of wire hanger.
One day, we put it up through this window that was open.
325 Union.
The next thing I see is Rosie come out. She was drenched from head to toe.
The police didn't like us either.
We had a friend of ours, Ronnie Ragusa, God rest his soul. He was nuts. There was this cop, Folsey. He had this southern accent. Now what the, I never forget. Now what the, now put that down, boy. 'Cause I'm gonna put that, Ronnie drenched this cop. You had to say, just stood there, drenched, and everybody ran away.
And we paid for it for how many years?
Oh, forget about it. The neighborhood was good. It was good in a way, but I look back and I would say it was bad in other ways, There was a lot of murders in the neighborhood. A lot of murders. I mean, every other day, but that's how those days were. There was two types of kids. Kids who stood in the house, they probably wound up being doctors, lawyers, and then there was kids in the street. And the kids in the street either wind up doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong crew, and doing jail time, and doing a lot of jail time. You're weaned into this, you're sucked into the life that being in the neighborhood every day offered. You got holes in your shoes. You want to find out how you don't get holes in your shoes, You want to know how you want to make money. I want those alligator shoes, I want to drive the Cadillac. I want to look dapped up like that. I want that silk suit. I grew up to be one of them. It was my choice, but still it absorbed me. I learned that at an early age because of growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in. If a person is a rat with the old school Italians or old school neighborhood people that live there, they don't care how long they know you. It's all over for you. But if you're a stand-up man, respectful, honorable, with his mouth shut, they look at you with a different light, even if it costs you 20 years of your life. But if I could turn back the clock, I wouldn't want my life any other way, because it made me who I am today. But in the meantime, a lot of people I know left, the originals. The neighborhood changed. The neighborhood changed dramatically. It was like crazy. To me, it was like, I can't believe it. Where's this store? Where's that store? Where's these people? I say there's only 2% left, maybe 3%. Everybody else is changed. I don't know who lives on my block except for my next door neighbors. But other than that, I don't know these people.
The yuppies? The yuppies are not nice, they're snobs, they're rude. And you know what I find is how people say New York is rude, and you kidding me? All you people from the Midwest, you're the ones that are rude. They'll run you over with their carriage. They could kill us.
And you got to say hello first. I mean, okay, eventually. But then you see you a day later, 2 days later, say hello to me, Don't walk me by like, I just see you the other day. I said hello to you. I would hope that it would turn back to the way it was, where all these kids would come out. Hopefully all these kids will watch this short story you guys are producing here, directing and what have you. They come back out in the street, hang out on the stoops, play in the streets, play these games, because then eventually it becomes tight-knit again. Instead of all day long on their computers. And then little by little, the parents could have parties in the yard, parties on the stoop, every stoop. Bring out the food, bring out the wine, then later on bring out maybe the booze, bring out the guitars and the instruments, and just have a great time. Get outside and play, and make it like it used to be. It would be so tight-knit. It would be beautiful. Fire hydrant will be there for another 1,000 years, hopefully.